think one of the key impacts of kind of why law firms are shifting is mainly as a result of talent and where their client base is. So we're still seeing the vast majority of firms choose to kind of locate in cities and central CBD locations. Really the only markets that we're not seeing that are in Silicon Valley, where there's still a heavy presence of firms in the suburbs. But where firms are migrating in the city is a little bit different.
Firms want to make sure that the next generation of lawyers, so the ones that are going to be taking over, and there is a big generation gap there, can be in places that they can both live, work, and play environments 24/7. And those locations have stayed in cities, and cities have become places where young people now are living, and there's lots of retail and the like. But the offices then would like to be closer to those areas so that they're very convenient for their talent base, and they're in areas that are really fun for the talent base to be in.
You think of kind of new industries like technology and energy and new media, and those types of companies are going to kind of more off-central locations, and as a result, firms in some ways are following those types of clients, as well as following their future associate and senior associate workforce, which is shifting demographically into those locations.
If you look at the major markets, cities develop additional new office space where there's availability to do it economically. And I can think of 2 or 3 markets in the United States where that's been the case. It so happens that those markets have developed in areas where younger professionals have been moving. Washington, D.C. is a great example of that. There's been a tremendous movement of younger professionals up into the Mount Vernon Square area and above Scott Circle, above Mass Avenue, and a lot of the development that is taking place right now, the new development in Washington, is in the Mount Vernon Square area.
So if you look at areas like Boston, you're seeing more of a tendency to firms to consider an area like the Seaport District, which 5 to 7 years ago was not an alternative for many established firms. And everywhere from San Francisco to LA to Chicago, really we're seeing the same exact trend. Off-fringe locations are becoming a little bit more norm, not just for law firms, but really the overall real estate occupant in many ways.